Guten Tag. My name is Josef Karst. I'm the executive chef of Atria in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. I'm showing you a beautiful old Pennsylvania Dutch recipe today, which you only find in the far corners of Central Europe or southwestern Germany, and of course here in Appalachia. So I'm going to show you this recipe. We're going to start making a very simple noodle dough or pasta dough. Just gonna, a couple of cups of flour. We add the eggs to it. A little bit of oil to make the dough smooth. A little bit of milk. And that always works. It's just the simplest dough you can. Cut the pasta, just cut it in sheets. Or what we're going to do today, we're going to stuff them with sauerkraut and Colby cheese. So I'm going to mix this all up real quick, prepare a smooth dough, and we let the dough rest for a little bit, and that gives us plenty of time to caramelize some onions, which we're going to serve on top as a garnish. So you can always, just make sure you're not adding all the flour to it right away, because flour is almost like, depends always on the degree of freshness, how much moisture it can hold. Now I'm going to use a bowl. Just put the bowl over top. You can use at home. You just, put a clean towel over it and let the dough rest. Just put it on your cutting board. Now we're getting ready to caramelize our onions. Got a little bit of butter. I'm preheating my pot here. So again, it's important that you have a pot with a tight-fitting lid. So all we do is caramelize our onions. And while we do that, give a couple more minutes to our dough to rest and prepare a workspace where we can roll out our pasta dough. Now, after we rested the dough, we knead it with a little bit of excess flour, work in the salt and the fresh ground nutmeg. Just what you want to do, you want to get a nice dough ball, and you just bring it always back together, just like if you want to form a roll. Just nice soft dough. Has to be a little bit elastic, and now we just roll it out into about 18 by 12-inch pasta sheet. As I said before, this is a dish you don't find very often anymore. It's definitely worthwhile, and it's very, very easy to make at home. Now we're caramelizing the onions here behind me on the stove. Just going to turn that off for a minute, because we're almost there. This, of course, is a dish. You can add some bacon to it, but if you just do it naturally, just sauerkraut and cheese, a great vegetarian sauerkraut dish. And that's something to write home about. All right. Spread out the Colby cheese, which we just shredded before. Cheese first. And, you can always serve some applesauce with this, or goes great with salad. Or my grandmother would always have some soup. She would eat them cold. Amazing dish. Amazing dish. Very, very simple. Sauerkraut. Spread the sauerkraut over the cheese and the pasta roll. Go all the way out to the edges. A little bit more, because sauerkraut is just good. Now we wrap it up. Almost has the looks of a sticky bun. Just pinch it together right where it meets. Perfect. Now we use a knife and we cut about 2-inch dough noodles. Just like that. This is a dish which is very much liked by just the regular folk back home, and you know, replaces the pork on the holidays. And you will find these old folk recipes anymore basically just on the internet, I guess. So now we're going to move back to the stove. We're going to take the caramelized onions out, put them in a little plate, and we're going to sear these Krautkrapfen for just a couple of minutes on each side, and that's it. That will be our meal. Just look in the pan, the caramelized onions, just like a golden color. The onions should be just halfway done. You can add a little bit of garlic in it, but you know, that's not everybody's thing. So traditionally it's just butter and onions. I don't put any other seasoning in it because you just want to get the natural sweetness from the onions. Just going to pour them on here because it goes really quick now. Just put a little oil in this pot and sear. Everything goes in the same pot, you know. Now we are ready to sear the Krautkrapfen, or the sauerkraut dough noodles, and just get the oil pretty hot, just like to light smoke, then turn it down to medium. And we are moving our dough noodles into the pan, just like that. Turn it up to medium heat, but you have to adjust down a little bit too much. And it just takes a couple of minutes on either side. We turn them over, put the lid on for another minute, and then we can get ready to plate. Well, this goes really quick now. There's a little bit more time. See what an attractive picture that is. Let me chop a little bit of parsley, huh? All right, after a couple of minutes, they should have like a nice golden side to them. Gonna just turn them over real quick. Okay, perfect. Now we're going to chop a little bit of parsley for our garnish, and then we get ready to serve. Put the lid on just for a couple of minutes, and then we are ready. Pennsylvania Dutch Krautkrapfen, almost forgotten recipe. We're ready to serve now. These beautiful sauerkraut noodles. Just gonna serve them with caramelized onions. And a little bit of fresh chopped parsley. A wonderful alternative to any, New Year's dish which does not involve any meat. But sauerkraut. The caramelized onions, just place them over top. A little bit of chopped parsley, and maybe a little bit of pepper. Some like a little bit of sour cream or applesauce with it, and here you go. Happy New Year from Atria's in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.